tell you, just give you some pointers on what's important for subsequent marriages after you get divorced and you finally say, oh, I'm going to be open to love again. And what are kind of important things to consider when you meet someone and either you have kids, he has kids, or you both have, when you're co-joining families, this is really important. A lot of us think if we meet someone like-minded, they're going to have similar parenting styles. And when you first meet, they put their best foot forward. Yes. Yes. But what I was not prepared for when I met my husband was his parenting style would be very different from mine. And not necessarily in a bad way, but our children, I forgot our children were also going to be vastly different as well because it's just the way it was. I raised my two girls. We didn't really have gaming systems back then. We had the internet, and that's their thing. You know, they go on the internet and then we hang out as a family or whatever the case may be. But I had never been around someone who had a child who was a gamer, so I wasn't familiar with it. When I met my husband 4 years ago, he said, well, my son's a gamer. I didn't know anything about it, but I didn't realize they sat in front of the computer for a significant amount of time. And I said to my husband, aren't you concerned that you're not going to see him before he graduates, per se? And he said, no, that's just what they do. I said, okay. And another thing is in my home, when I raised my daughters, they had chores. Well, when I met my husband, his son didn't have chores. I think it's important he come and contribute in some sort of way. So we had to get over that roadblock. And so then it comes to when your children start dating. What is the rule? What if you say you don't want boys in your daughter's room, but he has a son and he's okay with a girl going in his son's room? These are all very important things to think about because sometimes stepchildren don't want a step parent around because they've had it maybe a little bit too easy. Because mom or dad has felt sorry for them. They want to be friends and not discipline, and they don't give them extra things to do. These are all things you have to consider. And are the two of you going to be a united front? When he's gone and you're home with the kids, are you allowed to discipline them? Or does he say, wait till I get home and I'll take care of it? I think it's really important when there's adults in the house that the step parent has the right to instill discipline, rules, and consequences in your absence. So that I thought probably was the most challenging during our relationship. He's an iron worker. I'm a retired Army veteran, but I've always been pretty low key. And so we've had just chit chats about communication style. And I don't yell and scream. And he's used to being on the job site and they have a different type of dialect. So we've had to manage. So, anyways, those are just things to think about. I wouldn't do anything different because when I met my husband right before my birthday in April of 2020, I was kind of moving in within a month. I met his son prior to that. And then within 6 months we were engaged, and within 10.5 months we were married. And his son was, like I said, he was a gamer, but I don't know, it just took a little while for us to get we're fine. He's a great kid and he has a nice girlfriend. We all hang out. But anyways, those are things to consider because it is really challenging to conjoin families, but it's even more challenging when you're not on the same page with your spouse when it comes to discipline, rules, responsibilities, contributions to the family. But I think most important is that I wanted everyone to be cohesive. We don't have to be best friends, but there's a certain amount of respect that's required when someone walks into your house. Be kind to them, be respectful of them, be respectful of their space. And respect goes a long way. So anyways, those are things to think about, and I'll be back.